Hi there, I'm Christine with What's Up Cupcake Whimsical Crafts, and welcome to my crafty corner of the internet. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning friend, welcome back. This is going to be a week of crafty vlogging, and I can't wait to take you along for this little journey this week as I prepare for some of my upcoming markets in April, as well as my return to Palm Street Live, where I will be doing an exclusive drop of new hand-painted sinker eyes, and then also just my regular shop updates that I'm preparing for my monthly shop drop on whatsupcupcakecrafts.com. So grab a project, get cozy, and let's jump into this week's vlog. It is Monday, the 23rd of March, and I have a ton to do this week because we are going on vacation next week. This was like a pre-planned thing that we've had for over a year now, so it has to happen, even though it's probably not the best timing or best financial decision, but there's been some life changes recently, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But I want to, before we go on vacation, since we'll be coming back right at the beginning of April, I want to prepare this week to be ready for a shop drop. When I do my shop launches, I like to have at least one collection of sinker eyes, though I am generally aiming towards 2 collections, and I have been like brainstorming this April collection, and I'm so excited to make it. So that's what I think I'm going to work on today, is painting some eyes. And primarily because I may have overdone it the last few weeks getting ready for some of my markets that were coming up, and my arm shoulder was hurting a little bit. It's definitely better now. I had a surprise birthday trip for a friend with a bunch of girlfriends. We went out of town for the weekend to New York. It was very fun. And I did not take a single project with me, which is crazy for me. Like, I'm always bringing yarn with me anywhere I go, especially when I know I have a plane ride. I brought nothing. So I really gave myself a break, and I did a little bit of crocheting since I got back last night, but not much, because again, I really do want to like take it a little easy, or at least like kind of balance things out so that I'm not overdoing it, because I have a lot of markets coming up in May to get ready for the fact that I take pretty much almost the whole summer off from markets. I am this year doing a weekend cryptid convention in Raleigh in July. So, you know, I'll be doing some stuff in preparation for that, and then overall just getting ready for my next round of markets going into the fall and holiday season. But because I'm taking the summer off, I really loaded up my May. Maybe a bit much, but I'm excited for it. I cannot wait. And that preparation is really being made possible because I quit my job. I quit my day job. If you have been here for the last year plus that I have been on YouTube, I have been very much corporate world girly since I graduated from college. Like high school, college, I was working retail, every retail location type, stationery, paper, books, home goods, all the things. And legit, the second I graduated college, I had a corporate job. And I have just been working my way through that over the years. For over 25-ish years. I clearly started work when I was, child labor laws were not a thing. Sure. So anyways, I recently had been working in a company I absolutely loved, and I loved my team. I loved everyone I worked with. It was really kind of my dream situation with my work, and it had started to change over the last year because of factors outside of my control, and everyone was kind of leaving. So I was one of the people to get out ahead of the drastic changes that were coming. They were still coming and they sucked. But I was like, let me be proactive about this. And like, yeah. And it wasn't the right fit. And I recognized that. And I was putting myself through so much stress and emotional turmoil. I was very unhappy. And I realized like, this is not what I want to do with my life. And I was basically working 2 full-time jobs with having my day job that I was miserable in. And then, this side crochet tool business that I've had going on then for, the last couple of years. And I was burnt out in all directions, but my side business was what was bringing me joy. Obviously, aside from my family and all that stuff. But I wasn't able to be there as much for my family because I was miserable during the day. I was trying to like make everything else take off so that I could do the things that I loved when I signed off from my day job. And yeah, it just was a very hard time emotionally and mentally and ultimately physically because I was not getting enough sleep. I was doing too much. And I haven't been able to be there as much for my family either. So after a particularly hard day, I lived my dream of, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. So I gave my notice. And today is the official first day of the rest of my life. Okay, that's dramatic. But no, I'm excited to see where this goes and what I can do with this when I'm investing my full effort and energy into this, and then also able to like maybe turn that part of my brain off a little bit too at some point in the day so that I can spend time with my family and be present. And I have 2 little boys who are not so little anymore. Like both are, one is a middle schooler, one is about to be a middle schooler. And I'm just enjoying spending time with them and I want to do more of that. So I'm very excited. That being said, I hope you'll join me on this journey. And if you'd like to support without having to do anything at all other than hitting a button, you can hit that subscribe button to follow along as I see where this takes me. And like if you're liking this video so far, but we're just getting started. So I need to paint some eyes today. So I have 2 full sets of eyes again that I want to do for my April drop, in addition to a pack of 2 or 3 that will be for my Palm Street drop. That's the plan. And I have some editing to do of my video that was supposed to go out today, but I might change my upload schedule to Tuesday, Friday, just because if I have markets on the weekend, I do want to give myself some days off. I have never really done that. But I would like to have it be where I'm not just like 24/7 go, go, go. So if having a video on Tuesday helps on like market weekend days to give me a day kind of buffer, then great. And if I have it ready before that, then sure. Good job. Good job, me. So we'll see. But that's kind of the plan. So I'm going to paint some eyes. I have a bunch of new amigurumi sticks I want to make. Because I have been slowly stockpiling some more focal beads. I usually am ordering them from overseas or like small batch designers of the silicone focal beads, so it can take a while for them to get here, and I'd rather like do a drop of them all at once rather than like onesie twosie here and there. I am going to start putting some of my plushies on my website. I have had people reach out to message me asking if they can purchase some, and it's just hard for me to juggle the market schedule and then having like my online shop. But I'd like to think that I can start to do that now because I'm horrible at going through my messages. I'm sorry if you've messaged me and I have not replied because I've just been like doing too much. So I'm gonna start looking at trying to get some more of my stuff online onto my direct shop, but then also putting a little bit more back into my Etsy. I took 95% of my products off of Etsy at the beginning of the year because Etsy just charges so much in fees. And my online shop has been great, but I do still see like organic traffic that comes from Etsy, and I do higher prices on there to offset the fees. But then when people order from there, I do try to let them know like, hey, I have a shop where you can get lower prices and here's a coupon code. So I just want to lean into like my various platforms for selling again as I get ready for the fact that I won't have many markets in the summer. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. I do want to make some plushies towards a plushie assortment collection video I want to do in the near future. So I'm going to work on that. And yeah, to start, I'm going to pull out the safety eyes. I'm trying to come up with a list of like how many eyes I will have for each drop going forward, because sometimes I pull eyes in batches, and then when I am doing like 3 of each design, or like 3 as part of a collection, I don't always have the same number of eyes pulled, and that can be silly when it comes to the fact that like I don't have enough to fill a card for one of my drops. So I'm just trying to be better organized about that. And then I have some other crafts that I want to work on over this week. So it's going to be a very busy week. Again, I will be on vacation next week, so I need to get a lot of stuff done before that happens, so that I can just be ready to hit the ground running when I come back. And after that, I do not have any vacations planned, which is good because I have no money coming in. Yeah. So this will be interesting. And let's get right into the eye painting as the next step for the day's plans. It is a gorgeous day here in Raleigh. The pollinating has started and my sinuses hate me. But I'm going to go do this painting on my back porch because there's airflow. Again, it's also pollen flow, but it's probably better than just breathing in toxic chemicals in a confined space. So, yay. See you in the next clip.
Wake up, I don't know if I should. The situation isn't looking too good. Old couch with a new set of stains. If you got money in your pocket, I could go for some change. I say I'm too young to be acting my age. I'm so ironic when I'm hiding the pain and scarlet. Bad luck, I'm so easy to trip. If you got magic up your sleeve, then I could go for a kid. If you have anything really. Cause all I got is conversations with strangers, pumped up and ready to go.
It's Tuesday. I've had a busy day today trying to figure out this new routine of mine. Yesterday, I painted 3 sets of safety eyes. Today, I painted a 4th, and I have at least 2 more that I want to do, but ideally by the end of this week, I will have 8 total sets so that I can have a full collection for my 2 collection drop on my store, and then 1 Palm Street exclusive collection that I'll drop at the end of the month. But if I can get it done like all in one go while I have the week to do that, while also giving myself kind of a break from my shoulder, then great. I did do a little bit of crochet last night, and I made 2 of these cable and canvas Hoya Pops little plants. So I did one with the blue and one with this like magenta-ish color. I did one of the capybaras from the All From Jade new book that was released. I already had this pattern from like her previous Couch Buddy collection, but I was looking for one of the designs I wanted to make, ideally one of the new ones, but I just happened to have brown yarn in front of me. So I was like, well, I'll make a capybara because the capybara one always does well anyways. And then I made 2 fidget pops, 1 strawberry and 1 bunny and a carrot. And my next market will be after Easter, but I feel like the bunny and the carrot still does really well year round. So I'm going to try and get some more of these done. Aside from that, I didn't do anything else exciting last night. I did do this little baby Barnaby bee from Y2K Crochet. They just released this pattern and I had been like eagerly waiting for this pattern to drop. So I made this one and I really like it. It was a good pattern. It took a little longer than I thought it would take me just because of all the little limbs. And it says you could do 4 or 6 legs. I did the 4 because I'm lazy. I guess I could always add in 2 more if I really wanted to, but I want to do it in Feels Like Bliss, but I also just don't want to do it in Feels Like Bliss. So I think it'll be really cute. Because it took a bit of time, I'm guessing I'd probably sell it for $14, which I think it could get. It's worth $14. I just don't know if the value of it will be perceived as that. Oh, my carrot fell. So aside from that, I have a bunch of like chicken husks and little bodies of swing buddies that like I just have been making kind of intermittently and swings whenever I have a moment. Just not assembled because I need to get that stockpiled. One other thing I did not share yet because the pattern is not out and I'm guessing it may not be out by the time this video goes up yet, but it'll be out within a day or 2 after that. But I was part of the Raisin the Raccoon tester group for Snuggle Beans Crochet. And as a gift to the testers, she also gave us access to her Cranky Critters packs. And I did the Cranky Kitty. And it was so cute. So I've been sitting on this one for a couple of weeks now just because, again, the pattern wasn't close to being out. But it's much faster than some of her other patterns just because of the size of it. And I used Elise Voluto for this. So it's really cute. I think that this one will be very popular. I'm guessing I'll probably sell it for like $32, $35. I need to probably make another one in time myself. But I do feel like it came together very fast. And you could do like the eyebrows, like the angry eyebrow or the like eyelids, but I just went with the eyebrows on top. Maybe the next one I'll do the eyelids. So yeah, little cranky kitty. That is what I have been working on today. I did have to run to the grocery store. I had kind of a later start today because I just didn't sleep well last night. I'm still trying to figure out my routine and I stayed up way too late last night because I was watching TV, crocheting. I watched, I'm doing a rewatch of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt because I never finished the series, but I don't remember where I was in the series when I stopped, like, because, you know, they released more of them. I was doing a watch of it with a girlfriend and then she ended up finishing the whole series and I had not, and then I just didn't get around to it. So I'm trying to do a rewatch from the beginning. It's great, but I was up way too late doing that and crocheting, making like the little fidget pops and Hoya pops. So then on top of that, the allergies from all of this pollen were hitting me really hard yesterday. And I think it's because I was on the porch yesterday, which it's like enclosed, but not fully because it's still an outside porch. It's not like a sunroom or anything. So it gave me the airflow I needed for working on painting eyes with the UV resin, but it also means that I definitely was like breathing in pollen for hours and hours and hours yesterday. So I had a rough night of sleep, which led to a late start this morning. And then as a result of that, like I just had a bunch of errands to do since it is like the first time I've had a minute to do anything since, working nonstop and trying to just focus on the business. So had to like run out to the bank and then go to the grocery store and get stuff for the week, but we're going on vacation, so I didn't want to go too crazy. And yeah, it's going to be a new normal. But that being said, I do have time to do a bunch more things today and probably won't be painting more eyes today because I have to go to a school event for one of my kids. And then I don't like to work on the eyes when it's not like natural light outside, just because it gets harder to kind of see if there's like paint gaps in what I'm doing. And I don't want to sit out there and like be breathing in all that pollen if I'm not even like enjoying being out there anyway. So I'm going to save painting more eyes for tomorrow, but I'll do some prep work of like pulling all the eye sizes and stuff that I need so that I'm ready to go. But maybe today I'll make a couple more fidget pops and then maybe some more swing buddies, because I really have to get those stocked up for my next market. I have like barely anything left. And I want to make a bunch more. And then again, I want to make more patterns from this All From Jade weighted amigurumi plushie book. In particular, I really want to make the flamingo. I've made the pigeon and the mallard before, but I'd like to make them again. And the hippo looked really cute. And I want to make some hoodie bears. I got a lot that I want to make. But my next markets are going to be very spring themed, I think. So I think having a lot of like flowers and plants and things around that kind of direction are going to be the way to go, as well as just lower priced items. And then I need to come up with my strategy for my May markets, because there's going to be a lot of them. They're going to be back to back, and I want to concentrate on like bulk market prep for those of the small items. So Robin from Knotting Hook Crochet, I know she tries to have 50 swing buddies at any given time for her markets, and I think I need to adopt that approach in particular for some of those May markets. Like I have the Strawberry Festival the first weekend in May, followed by a Mother's Day tea market. So I think, strawberry items, plants, and flowers are going to be my focus for that. But then after that, I have a night market and 2 book fairs. So swing buddies, some characters, which I just did a bunch of like fantasy characters, but I'm going to need more. And I need to do some more gargoyles and cookie mice. There's just a lot I need to do. So gonna get kind of into that now and then run out to my kids' school activity. And I'll probably check back in tomorrow with an update on all the things that I have made since this check-in. It is Thursday, which means I missed a day. However, I was feeling under the weather yesterday, and I was sitting out on the back porch painting eyes, and I went to get up at some point and I just felt really woozy, and I was like, that doesn't feel like allergies. That just feels like I don't feel well. So I took my temperature and I actually had a fever. It thankfully is gone now. I ended up getting a lot of sleep yesterday, taking some medicine, trying to get some rest, and I think that helped. I feel a bit better today, but I'm not risking it by going out anywhere or anything like that. So yeah, last night I just spent a bunch of time doing kind of mindless crocheting. I made a bunch of little swing buddy components, the birds, animals, whatever, and a bunch of swings. So I want to assemble those today. And I made a couple other things. So first up, I made the flamingo from the All From Jade Couch Brigade book. It's not called that. I forget I think it's like her weighted amigurumi book that she just announced. And the physical book won't be out until June, but the PDF version was available if you purchase through the link that she shares, not directly on Amazon. So I don't know if I talked about this already when I shared the capybara, but you can get the PDF of the book if you go to All From Jade's Instagram, her channels, and find where she shares the link for the book. And then I also made the mallard, because the mallard has done well for me previously, as has the capybara and the pig. But I've been wanting to make the flamingo, and I've had people ask for flamingos. I did not have enough of this pink yarn to make more than one. I actually had to place a order for Premier yarns because I realized I was completely out of a few colors, and it was the clearance sale for some of their Parfait Chunky yarns is still up, so it's $8 for 3 skeins. And I think some of those skeins are ones that I would use, like the pinks. So I placed that order. I actually used the referral code from L.A. Mackenzie because she is an affiliate. So if you are looking to shop Premier yarns, I recommend checking out Allie's code, or if you have someone else. It doesn't cost you to use other people's affiliate codes. I am not a Premier affiliate. I just hadn't looked into it at the moment. I love Hobby Shoppy for Leaves Voluto. And yeah, so if you know people who have affiliate codes, it doesn't cost you anything to use them. And you're helping out another maker. And if you're looking for one, check out Allie. But anyways, I also made the mallard. And this green, actually, I think is a Dolce green that I got from Hobby Shoppy. And I really like the color for the mallard. It's just this really deep, kind of mossy green. And yeah, so love these. They turned out super cute. I am hoping to make a bunch more of these couch buddies for my next markets. I think they'll just be cute, like all lined up. All right, so let's look at what I made then. Again, with the swing buddies, I can kind of do it with small amounts of yarn, which I love. It's mindless. I have the pattern memorized, and I kind of just play with different designs and birds at this point. I did 2 mallard ducks. I checked my inventory and I have 3 ducks. I do mallards and yellow ducks as one SKU. I might start to separate them out, but I couldn't remember which I had more of. I need to check, but I figured it can't hurt for me to have more mallard ducks. And of the other items I had made previously in this little basket over here, I hadn't done any mallards yet. So I made 2 mallards. I made 2 pigeons, and I already had 2 pigeons, but I was completely sold out. So I feel like having 4 is a good kind of baseline going into each market. If I can have 3 or 4 of the most popular items, then I think I'm in a good place. Which I then made 3 cockatoos, cockatiels, I don't know the difference. I was completely sold out of those, so made those birds. And then I made 2 flamingos. Again, been trying to make more of them, and I had not in quite a while. So wanted to make little flamingos. These I just wing them. Bird pun. I just doing the pink with lighter pink feet and a black and light pink beak. And then I've been wanting to try this one for a while, and I finally slowed down enough to do it, but I made 2 little eagles. We actually get a lot of eagles in my area that nest by one of the local lakes that you can kind of do loops around. So I thought it would be fun to have some little eagles. But that is what I made of the swing buddies. And then I made all of these swings. Again, I just take whatever yarn colors I have laying around. Oh, this is actually for chickens. Yarn colors I have laying around, and I make those, and I have some other swings here. So my plan right now is to assemble these guys, and I want to finish these chickens. I made the weighted pellets for the chickens, so they're already in there. I just need to do the eyes, stuff them, and do the comb and beaks. So I think I have 8 chickens that are ready to be assembled, 3 of which are in the Stardew Valley colorway. And then the other items I had were just some of the Kirby swing buddies. I had 1 frog and 1 yellow chick. So I'm feeling pretty good about where I am with the swing buddies. Once I'm done assembling these, I think I'll do my inventory of them in the system so I can confirm that I'm in a good place, and I'll actually check what ducks I have so I can make more yellow ducks if I need to. But I should be in a much better spot from that point on. I think what I could use, just again off of memory, is some more frogs, because I think I just have the 1, and then this guy, and probably again some yellow ducks, because those are my number 1 seller. I don't have any bees at the moment. The bee doesn't sell as fast, but maybe I'll bring some yarn for them when I'm on vacation next week, because making these birds again is a very easy project. I can make kind of the shell of it and stuff it when I get back, and it's a nice project for the plane. So let's do that. I'll probably just do a little time lapse of the assembly of all of this stuff, and I'll check back in after. Okay, that took a little bit, but I have finished 3 cockatoos, 2 Kirby's, 4 pigeons, 2 mallards, 2 flamingos, 2 eagles, and 1 frog. And then also 8 chickens. So feeling good about that. Those are some market essentials that I needed and will give me time to work on other fun things. All right, I think I'm gonna go have some lunch and then maybe paint some eyes. Oh, you know what I need to do? I have this bag here that I have had since last year, maybe this time last year at least, that is just filled with various bits and pieces of the All From Jade caterpillar, and I've never finished it. So that's something I would love to finish this week. I need to see what I actually have in terms of pieces and if there's anything I need still to like complete one. But yeah, that would be really nice to finish. I don't have a lot of whips when it comes to amigurumi because they're generally like fast enough to complete, but this is one that I've had for a long time. So I'm going to put away all of these plushies that I just finished so that I can tag them all and log them in inventory. I don't even think they're all going to fit in my little like whip basket, or completed project basket, I should say. It's not a whip basket. Okay. That's out of the way. Let's see what we have actually in terms of pieces. There's a couple other, there's like some lanterns I just hadn't finished from my Lunar New Year market. But I'm not running low on those at the moment, so I don't need to finish that this second. So these are just body pieces. This was a project that I brought on vacation, similar to the one I'm about to take, because I didn't need stuffing or anything, and I was like, I can just do this on my own. Hey, look, there's glitter. I'm glad I wasn't looking for that. Okay, so far I have one head. I never looked up how to actually make the body of the caterpillar, like assemble it. Because I didn't think I had the right like cord to do so while I was on vacation. So I figured when I got back, I would just do that. And clearly that did not happen. I could have sworn there was another head in here. The only other thing really left in this, I made some extra like sparkly wings for the Dr. Choco Bitty Dragons. And that was just so that once I actually made the bodies, I'd have wings ready to go. So that is a step that will be easier to complete at some point. I'm guessing this is the caterpillar pattern back when I used to print my patterns. Okay, so I guess I only have one head and I have one tail. But I have 6 pink, 6 blue, 6 teal. Oh, look at me go. Oh, I have 6 of all of the other colors. So that's promising. Maybe I ran out of this color and that's why I only had the one. Okay, so I need to look up how to actually make this caterpillar, like how to assemble it and make sure I have enough colors. So I have to make the rest of the heads and the rest of the tails and then assemble this caterpillar. I realized none of that was actually like something you could see, but this is it. These are all the pieces that I have. So that could be a really satisfying project to finish today. If I could actually get 6 caterpillars done after having this bag of pieces for a year, that would be incredible. We'll see if that actually happens. It is Friday. I want to share some of the things that I finished yesterday. In particular, I did 2 caterpillars, finally. I did have the pieces to make 6, and I made all of the back pieces and the heads. And then when I went to actually assemble, I found that there were so many inconsistencies with the size of the body parts that I had made that I might be able to salvage a few more of them, but I also might just have to redo some of them so that I can actually make functioning caterpillars. My first one was super loose with the assembly, and so I made the second one really tight, and I think it's much better. So, yeah, it's hard to say how long this pattern actually took me since I have been working on it for a year. But it's really cute, and I would like to make more of them. I just need to be consistent when I'm making them. So this may be a project I take along again for this trip because it is perfect for using small amounts of yarn, scrap yarn, not needing stuffing, all of that stuff. But actually finishing it on time. So we'll see how I do with that. I did show a time lapse of assembly of the chickens, but I made 8 chickens. They look great. I'm very happy with them. And all my couch buddies, I had a little craft and chat with Safari Stitches, Tabs, and Teresa from Alligator yesterday because I just wasn't feeling 100%, so I didn't go out with my friends as originally planned, and I just stayed in and had a really low-key evening, which was much needed, and I'm still not 100%. It's so hard to tell at this point what is allergies because it is legit in full allergy bloom season right now, and we're at the point where there is going to be rain starting today, actually, and that's usually kind of like it washes away all of the pollen. So I'm hoping when I get back from vacation next week that like the worst of it is over. I don't know that we'll have to deal with that when we're on vacation because I don't know that Hawaii has allergy issues. Anyways, I did pull out the swing items that I already had so I could do inventory of what I have. But I think I really only had so I had 1 yellow duck and 2 mallards. So actually I do need more yellow ducks, and I wasn't able to put the one that I had made on the swing because I was short 1 swing, but that's an easy fix. And so I'll definitely be bringing yarn to make more swing buddies. I had the 1 frog, which I knew about. And then I think I have 3 chickens. Yeah, 3 chickens, which is surprising because as chicken swing buddies usually, or have recently been fairly popular. I have 1 penguin and 3 lanterns. So I'm in a decent place with my swing buddies after all of that work I did on them yesterday. I do think I will separate out the mallards and the yellow ducks just to make it easier for inventory purposes. So I know in situations like yesterday's what I need more of and what I don't. So I will update my inventory on those and get these ready to be tagged for my return. I need to pack some orders today. Again, before I go on vacation, when I get those to the post office. I don't have a lot. I think I just had 5 that came into the shop in the last couple days. So I need to pack those and get those out. And I think I'm going to paint eyes for a little bit longer. I was hoping to have my shop drop on the Saturday once I got back. So the Saturday right before Easter. But because I have not been feeling fantastic, I don't want to rush anything. I still need to do amigurumi sticks. I'm going to try and get some of that done today because I do have a bunch of new designs and designs that I've been out of the silicone beads for a while. So I want to get some of those done, but then I need to glue them. I need to photograph them. So I might do like a midweek drop when I get back. I don't know. I have to look at the calendar and see what's out there in terms of dates, because I also don't want to do it on a weekend where I have a market just because it becomes a lot to kind of juggle. So
I have time. And again, I want to have a nice cohesive collection of eyes. When I do have it come out, I'll give you a little sneak peek of some of the eyes that I have put together thus far. It's just been putting them into collections. So hold on one second. All right, first up is this really pretty green. Oh, shadow is coming to block the light. Thanks, shadow. Neighborhood watch. Shadow. I know. Hello, neighborhood watch. Back to what I was saying. So we have this really pretty green. This teal with yellow. Blue and teal with specks of purple. A gorgeous gold. And these might be two of my favorites. So this first one, I'm thinking about making this the Palm Street. Drop that one, and then this next one coming up. But I need to paint one or two more to then kind of compile the collections. I actually have one more I painted yesterday, but I haven't brought it inside yet. But just this really pretty iridescent. So those are the eyes that I painted, aside again from the one that's missing outside. I do feel like I just have so much to do still before leaving for vacation tomorrow. I need to pack the yarn that I'm going to bring. I don't want to bring a lot of stuff that requires stuffing, which can be limiting, but I think that'll be snakes, swing buddies, and just some other in the caterpillar pieces. I also want to bring this cross stitch project that I've been working on so slowly. I had to stop it because I was out of one of the embroidery threads that I needed, and I had ordered it from Michael's. They said it was part of my pickup, but when I went through the pieces that I had, it wasn't in there. So I don't know if it fell out walking out of the store, because of course there was a hole in the bag, or if it wasn't in there, which also wouldn't surprise me because my Michael's hates me. So I do have the thread now, so I can finish it. I just need to work on it, and I'm about to have some very long plane flights. So I think I'm going to bring that too. I have a coloring book that I got that is, I got two sets of it. I got one for myself, and then I asked my son if he would like it as well, because of course it has a fox on it. And he was like, absolutely yes. And he's been very into coloring recently. So I think we'll be probably crafting together on the plane, which will be nice. But that'll be another project I can bring along. We'll bring some games to play, since it's going to be, I think, a very relaxing, chill vacation again before kind of the craziness picks up of 100% 24/7, not 24/7 theoretically, but we know how it is for small business owners running my small business as my full-time job. I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared, I'm excited, and I know, like, I put a lot of pressure on myself to be successful at everything that I do. Shadow, are we going to just... Yes, we are. Shadow, come here. Shadow cat. Come here. Psst, psst, psst. Come here. He's such a jerk. Come here. He like ran over and then stopped to groom himself. All of the packages are being delivered right now. Amazon just drove by. UPS is delivering across the street. I'm neighborhood watch now. My cat and I are just gonna be staring out the window all day while we craft and do things. So yeah, there's a lot that I want to get done while in limbo on this trip, like traveling and then just again, general downtime. This is a vacation. I want to rest and relax, but crocheting and crafting is part of my rest and relax routine. And it's really nice to not have to stress about the things that were really taking a toll on my mental health with my day job that I just left. I just was not in a good place. And I know that whenever you start a new job, there's like a period of adjustment. You don't know anyone. You're trying to learn the processes. But this was a very different situation and it was not a good situation. So, while it was a dramatic decision to make and a big change for me personally to take and dive into, it also, I think, was time for me to kind of believe in myself and trust my gut with everything going on. So it is a very scary change, but I am excited about it. I'm excited to lean into what I love. I do recognize, though, I need to give myself appropriate breaks and rest periods, especially when it comes to like not injuring myself. So yes, I'm going to bring some crochet projects. Thankfully, the ones that I bring when I travel are ones that usually do not cause me pain, which, you don't really want to be doing anything that's causing you pain. However, when I'm working with burnout blankets, sometimes, it is harder to crochet with. So I just try to limit the projects that I'm doing with that and the time that I'm doing it. When I'm making drink sleeves, not so much. Like it's just a much easier process on my body. So, things like that. Sir, you are so dramatic. Come here. I may have to let him out. Who knows? And then, doing things like painting safety eyes and stuff like that are definitely also something that gives me a break from the repetitive motion of doing crochet. And then I also have some like continuing education I want to do myself on 3D printing and making more of my own designs. I have a lot of the basics. That's how I've been able to do, my safety eye installers, stitch markers and things like that, but I want to do a lot more and make a lot more original designs. So that is something that I want to really start to learn and figure out the software and tools of how that process works. So we have a lot to get through in this new journey. So I'm going to go work on some of that stuff. I'll share some footage and some of the end results before wrapping up probably this video for this week. I don't know if this is going to go out in time to be the double week video as I originally promised because of not being 100% at the moment, but we'll see where this takes us. And going forward, I do hope to have a twice weekly schedule. I'm going to try to be better at doing shorts and just my content overall.
on here. Sorry for the weird background and change of scenery, but I am actually on vacation. Unfortunately, I did not get the chance to film the ending of my vlog before we headed out. I was pretty under the weather after the week with allergies. I definitely came down with like a head cold, and was in a rush to just get everything done before we left for vacation. So wanted to come on really quick and close out the video. Thank you so much for following me this week as I took you on a vlog while I navigated some new changes in the direction of my business and life. I do have some exciting updates to share. Some dates to take note of. On Tuesday, April 7th, I will be doing a Tuesday with Tami, Crafty Mompreneur, live on YouTube at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I believe. So go follow Tami if you do not already, and join us for a live. It's the first live that I've done in quite a long time, so I'm very excited to get the chance to chat with Tami. And then aside from that, on Saturday, the 11th of April, I will be doing my next shop drop. I will include some footage here of some of the new eye designs that will be released for that drop, as well as the new safety eye installer design that I created, and hopefully some more new items, including a bunch of new amigurumi sticks and stitch markers. Again, I didn't have time to make them before I headed out, but that's why I'm doing a drop on the 11th. That'll be at whatsupcupcakecrafts.com, and make sure you check out the description below for a coupon code that you can use when you shop from my website. And then last but not least, I will be back on Palm Street on Saturday, April 25th. I will be doing a Palm Street Live that ties into the after party, I guess, of Morgan from LA Crochet's Palm Street Live that she will be having. And I have 2 Palm Street exclusive eye designs. I will also put those photos here, specific for that drop. Anything that is left over after the Palm Street would go onto my shop update. So if you don't do Palm Street, you could try to find them there. I honestly have not been on Palm Street in almost 6 months now, maybe 5. So it's been a minute, and we'll see how that goes, but I'm really excited to give it a go again. I will have my eyes on there, as well as my other crochet tools and accessories, and maybe some plushies. Let me know if you would like to see some plushies on there. I do hope to have some of those plushies also on my online shop for the shop drop on the 11th. All right, I am going to get back to vacation. Everything is done for this video. Again, I'm sorry that this is not as neat of a wrap up as it could be, but just being under the weather last week, I wasn't able to get as much done as I had hoped, including doing a double video week last week. So coming back from vacation, I hope to be in full swing with everything and can't wait to share more updates with you. Thank you so much, and please give this a like if you enjoyed this content, and subscribe to follow along as I continue on my crafty business journey. Thanks. Bye.